Hi there, I'm Ben, and welcome to the final part of my Bloodborne guide, my full platinum, 100%, all DLC, everything done guide. This is the third and final part of the DLC. This is the last thing we're doing now. We're going to the fishing Hamlet. We have two more bosses to take care of. The first of which is going to be Laurence. We're going to actually do him first. I did say we were going to do both bosses back to back, but we're going to do Laurence first now. Get the boss done, out of the way, and then we'll do the fishing Hamlet and a finish with the Orphan of Kos. Yeah, so these are the two hardest bosses in the DLC that we're doing now. We're doing Laurence, who is back at this Hunter's Nightmare, the first place you go to in the DLC. You'll remember where he was. He was sitting on his kind of throne up there, and that's what we're going to do. Just going to, now that we have his head from the previous video in that church area, we can now. That was not a good start. He'll now wake up as we walk towards him. So yeah, this is not a particularly very good start here. Don't worry, it gets better. But yeah, if you just walk up here, you should have opened this shortcut up originally when we came here. Yeah, so if you just walk up, you can ignore most things. You might want to take care of the hunters though, because they will follow you. So up here. So yeah, we're nearly done with all the weapons as well. So we'll be getting the last few of those, including the Rakuyo, which arguably it has two enemies around it that is arguably harder than any of the bosses in the DLC. You'll know what I mean when you do it, or when you see me do it. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, so you do this again. You remember the fireball down the stairs. I think there's just one left here. We'll just take care of him, kind of. There we go. Yeah, so if you have anything, any clothing items that are good against fire, that have a good fire resistance, then you may want to put those on the charred set. That's good against them, because Laurence is fire-based. So I'm just going to stick with what I've got, so it should be fine if you just stick with this. But if you are feeling like you want to, then go through your... I keep want to call it armor, but it's not armor, is it? Just go through your sets and see which ones have the best fire resistance, because there's going to be fire everywhere, especially in the second half. So if you've still got the Impurity Rune on, then Volta should be here for you. Yeah, you're going to want to bring a summon in for the Laurence fight. It does give him more health, yes, but the distraction is amazing. It really does help. So bring Volta in with you, and away we go. So yeah, we're just going to walk towards him. So it is essentially the cleric beast fight for the first half, but with fire and a bit more vicious than the cleric beast. But the second half, his legs fall off, and that's when things actually get worse, when his legs fall off. So here we go. Normal start. It's just the cleric beast. It's literally the first boss you fought. This is he does this attack first for me quite a lot. He'll sort of slam into the ground, but he won't move. Don't get tempted to go towards him, because like you saw, he did do an AoE, and it will obviously damage you. So yeah, just treat him like a beast, like a normal beast. Get behind him, and don't get hit like that. Yeah, so he does have really good tracking. So the moment he is kind of on you, then just back away and try and get away from him, and set up again and try and get behind him. You should have plenty of time to do charged moves or whatever, and yes, you can damage his limbs. You will see that start to happen. It does kind of fall apart. Yeah, that was... I very rarely get grabbed by enemies, and it happens twice, because the wind up for grabs is always really long. I get grabbed in this boss fight, and then by one of the sharks in the fishing Hamlet. Quite annoying. Yeah, he sees his limbs are starting to fall apart now. So when this sort of happens, keep the momentum going, and just keep on him. And yeah, just occasionally just go back, heal, straight back in. Don't let up. You don't want Volta to die. You don't want him to take too much damage and die. You don't want to be left alone with Super Laurence with his extra HP, because he'll wreck you. Don't worry, things are going to actually calm down in the second phase, but what the problem is, it's harder to get close to him. So yeah, when he does this, you get plenty of time to wind up, because it's not an AoE, it's not going to hurt, it's just sort of a rage attack. So plenty of time to get in and do some damage. Where are we going? Here we go. I think he's going to transform in a minute. Well, he's not really transforming. His legs fall off. Yeah, so the problem with this is he has lava behind him. You can see it coming out the back of him there. So if you stand behind him, which you want to do with Beast, you can't because of the lava. So he does do this a lot where he sort of spews the lava out. It's actually not bad if you can keep on it sort of just to the front of him. Don't worry about the lava hitting you because you'll get the health back from hitting him. So don't worry too much about it. But that's a perfect time to go in and attack. Like I did say, he is worst at this point, and it doesn't look too bad now. But when you're actually doing it and you don't sort of pin him down like I'm able to do now, and he's swinging all over the place and moving around, then it can be a problem. But yeah, if you keep on top of him, use the charge R2 when you see the moment. Yeah, and you should be able to get him down fairly easily if you have Volta with you. If it's just you and Laurence, it can be quite a tough fight there. But yeah, just one more boss down, one more boss to go now, the Orphan of Kos. When I originally did this, Laurence, I would say, was the most difficult boss in the DLC. But I've learned a lot with the Souls games since then. So, yeah, it's... I don't know, maybe he is still the most difficult to do one-on-one. Definitely the hardest to read. So I'm just going to level up once more. I think this is the final time I do it now. 39 skill, lots of levels here, massively over leveled, but it does make things infinitely easier. And I've got here naturally, it's not like I farmed or anything, so yeah, it's fair. Final repair. And on we go to the fishing village. So go back to the Astral Clock Tower where we fought Maria, and we'll go and open up this pretty cool door, to be honest. So we do have the key. I think it's called the Celestial Dial. Yeah, the Celestial that. We got that from the fight with Maria, so just hold it up. Just stand back a bit and hold it up. And yeah, this door will open up and onto the fishing village. If you've read any of H.P. Lovecraft, well, most specifically Shadow over Innsmouth, then this, what we're going into now, will seem very familiar. There is a reason I did call my character Howard at the very, very start in episode 1, and this is kind of the reason, because of the deep influences in this game that the authors had. So yeah, lots of fish people. This one's okay. Don't worry about him. He's not going to attack you. Just pass through. And yeah, now we're in the fishing hamlet. It's actually a very short area. You can go through it pretty damn quickly. So I'm just trying to get the lamp to show up there. He was still talking. So yeah, lots of surprise attacks from people appear. Well, not really people. Well, they were at one point, I presume. But sort of fish people. They'll come from underneath the buildings, so do watch out. But they should be pretty easy to take care of. The main attack that these ones do with the pole is they kind of try and charge towards you and slam into the ground. So if you just back away, you'll have a massive opening. So you see this one, I think, will do it. Have you got to do it here? This one, massive opening once they've done it. So just back away and let them do it. Should just be a normal 2-hit. So we're going to get the Rakuyo in a minute, and it's in that well just ahead of me there. We're not going to get it just yet. Just going to go up here and make sure this guy doesn't follow. So what I'm about to do was not done well at all, but I'll explain what my reasoning was behind what you're about to see me do. So they have these sort of shamans you're going to see in a minute, and they let off these purple skulls. They hurt a lot. So this is the sort of shaman here. I could not get the lock on to go onto this guy behind me. So I'm trying to wait for how close is that to dying. The lock on would not switch to the shaman at all. So I had to go lock off and just go and hit him. And then I'd woken up the big guy, which I certainly didn't want to do. So don't do this, what I did. Go straight in, locked off, and try and hit that shaman. Dodge the purple skulls because they really do hurt, as you could see. And here's the second time I get grabbed. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't even try and avoid it. Luckily it doesn't kill me. I mean, it is damn close again. Honestly, I do know what I'm doing, apparently. But yeah, it's all out in the open, so that's pretty much all the danger done. There are a few more enemies out here, but we'll take care of them. So yeah, the big guy came from the left hand side. I'll show you in a minute where the big guy came from. So if you can stay at the front here, just run towards this well, hit the sort of shaman, and yeah, try and do it better than that. If you try and draw the two that are on the well towards you, the shaman will start firing at you, so you're just going to have to try and kill two of them with the purple skulls chasing you, and it can be a bit of a pain. So there is a reason I came in this sort of back entrance, this side entrance into this building, and haven't gone and killed any of the others outside. And there's guys with fire bombs. So I came in at the back there because there was a guy with the fire bombs. You can see the sort of fire jars, whatever you want to call them, explosive jars, down there. If you come in through the other door, he'll try and blow you up. So that's the guy I wanted there. I just killed. He throws fire bombs from the top. So take care of him, and then we can go out the front door and take care of the rest. So yeah, if you would have come in here, would have tried to get you. Good chance of you dying. So just a couple more now. Oh, that was a good dodge. How did he dodge through? So yeah, directly ahead of me now is where the big guy came from, the big shark guy. It was here. So yeah, if you manage to stay away from this corner, he won't come after you straight away. So as difficult as that guy was, let's try taking two of them on at once. And that's what we have to do for the Rakuyo weapon, which is down in this well. So make a backup save before going into this well. This down here is more difficult than either of the two bosses you will do. So make a backup save, and if you have them, I would definitely recommend equipping some shaman bone blades. These are, if you hit an enemy with one of these, they will go and attack any other enemy that's in the area. So there's one. That's similar to the one we fought upstairs, and then there's one here that has sort of, I don't know, it's kind of like the end of a harpoon or an anchor or something. He's tough. He's really tough compared to the other one. So try and dodge through his attacks. The other one does not drop down straight away. You have about half health on this one before the second one drops down. So if you get into about half health and just try and hit him, press square, hit him with the shaman bone blade. You do need to be quite close. If you're able to hit him with it, he'll go after this second one, giving you that kind of window to evaluate things. They won't kill each other, more than likely, because it'll run out. I think it's run out now, so they're going to both come after me. So if you've got both of these guys on you at once, it is terrifying. They're tough, especially this one that just flails around. So I can't believe how close the health is on this one. Look, he's got nothing. So I'm just trying to... I just need one hit on, I think, both of them. Yeah, so I've just managed to get him down, and now he's got barely any health. They were not playing at all here. So once you kill the one without the weapon, then he's going to drop the Rakuyo, and that's what we came down here for. So yeah, it can take a couple of attempts to try and get those, but if you're able to hit them with a shaman bone blade, you don't throw it. It does sound like you're going to kind of throw it, but you don't. You need to be quite close as you do sort of a strike down with it. Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, I would say that is more difficult than the bosses. Personally, I think it is anyway. Yeah, so we've got some more that throw spears here. And then we've got some fish dogs, which do a weird scream. I think it's just kind of supposed to stun you. I don't think it calls anything. But yeah, it's just normal dogs. Dodge and smash. So there's quite a few hiding around, so don't let them creep up on you. Take it slow. Yeah, we've got a couple more here. We've got one of the gardener ones. He's got his little trowels or whatever they are. There's a couple more that throw them up here as well. So yeah, take it slow. There is a reason that we're taking it slow. We're going to run past the second part of this area because it's just not worth it. It's horrendously difficult to manage. So there is a reason why. There's one of those shamans with purple skulls firing at you, but he's on top of a cliff, so you need to run to get him. And when you run to get him, one of the big shark guys comes after you. And then, yeah, what the best thing to do is line this up now and just run. So the shaman, you can see him at the top there. He's going to fire off. Run past him. The big guy's to the right now. He's going to come to the... yeah, you can see him. He's after me. Just go for this house and run. There's a lamp in here. Just run for it. So you can just see that. I'm just trying to show you. There's a body on the floor here. You can just see it where the shark guy is. He does hit him. Don't worry if it does hit him. But we need to speak to him. So what you want to do, if the shark guy did follow you up, is just run. Go back to Hunter's Dream, and then come back so it resets the enemies. And he's not aggroed anymore. He's not after you. So this is the guy on the floor. There is the one that we've been speaking to the whole way through the DLC. He's going to die now. Kind of say that he's failed or whatever. So even if he does get hit by the shark, he won't die. So go talk to him. You may need to talk to him a few times, but eventually he'll sort of just die, give up. And you'll get Simon's Bowblade, which is a weapon we need. We'll also get the underground cell inner chamber key, which is where we're going to go and get the penultimate weapon. So those cells, you remember right back at the beginning. Well, not the beginning, after Ludwig. That's where we need to go. That one locked cell that's down there. That's where we're going to get the Bloodletter. So if you go to the underground corpse pile, we'll go from there and get it. So what's going to happen now is this guy here, I don't actually know his name, he's going to start summoning. He will summon one. I think he has 4 different summoning areas. So one of them is here. So you'll hear a bell ring and he'll summon. So you should be able to quickly do a charge R2 and quickly another one. Don't let this guy hit you. He can hurt. And that's it. Take care of him. So there are 4 summons. You'll get the Brador. I think he's called Brador. That might actually be his name. Brador's Testimony, which is a headgear. And there's 3 other areas for different parts of the armour. But we're not bothered about that. We just want the Bloodletter. So if you run in, this is Brador. So you do have the key to unlock this door. Just go in and kill him. He won't ever attack you. He only attacks by summoning those red ones on you, which, like I said, do happen around the DLC. There's different areas, but all we need to do is he does take forever to die as well. You'll hear him. Once he's dead, pick up the Bloodletter, and that's it. All we need to do now is get through the final part of the village, which is very quick and easy. Well, the Hamlet. It's not quite a village. It's not big enough. And then get to the Orphan of Kos. The Orphan of Kos has the final weapon as well. So once we beat the Orphan of Kos, we'll get the final weapon and the trophy, and then obviously the Orphan of Kos's trophy. So go back to Hunter's Dream, do what you need to do, or just go straight back to the lighthouse. I was going to do a really bad impression of Willem Dafoe there, but I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Right, back where we left off. So that's the door we came through. This is going to be another shortcut, and then finally a final shortcut over there. So we'll open up. We need to go back out the way we came. Don't worry, we're not going near the big guy. Just go down the stairs and to the left. And yeah, this is where we're going to continue on. So you can drop down onto these buildings to the right. I'll show you over the edge now. There's a bunch of enemies and shamans and all sorts down there. Drop down there. We're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight through this top building and drop down the centre and get to where we need to go, basically. Obviously, you're free to explore as much as you like, but I'm just trying to get you the trophies here. So in here, there's a different type of shaman for this area. They have an electrical attack, which is much better than the purple skulls. Yeah, so draw this guy across because obviously you don't want to fight him on a narrow walkway like that. Get this one to the right so he doesn't follow you. You may recognise these shells from earlier on in the DLC. That shelled woman that fell from the sky. This is sort of where we are now. So here's one of the shamans, the new ones with the lightning. They are easy to take care of, and the lightning doesn't hurt that much, to be honest, but obviously you do still want to avoid it. Don't go down there. There's 3 guys. We don't want to fight them. Just go and take care of this one so he doesn't follow us. Blood vials. There's plenty of blood vials around here, and they do give them out quite a lot as well, so it's a good place to farm them. And then, yeah, we're going to say, I was just going to show you where the shamans are, but I'm not going to bother now because they've woken up. So just go up here. This is a shortcut. You will get followed by a couple of guys, so watch out. Yeah, the tracking went a bit funny there. But yeah, it didn't go too well. Never mind. So that big opening in the house, the lighthouse, that's where we are now. So this is shortcut 1. Not that we actually need a shortcut. I mean, it took us 2 seconds to get there. So there we are. So you can come out this way and go through here now. So yeah, just run straight across, get this closest one. And go for this one. Nearly there now. Nearly there. Orphan of Kos, get yourself ready. He's really not that bad. He's manageable. It seems more frantic than it may be. Once you kind of learn to read him, he's not too bad. He really isn't. Just seems a lot more frantic than it is. So yeah, there's lots of these. All these shells will wake up once you go in the water, so don't stick around. You can see them. They can't run after you. They just kind of slowly crawl. Unless, like now, from now on, once you go in this tunnel, they do come out of the shells, and you'll see the ones directly ahead. They're quick, and they jump high and fast. They're after you. So watch out. There's 2 here at the end. There's going to be 1 from the other way. There he is. Or she is. So we'll just quickly clear out here. Some trousers if you want those. And there's the that's Kos down there, not the orphan. The orphan comes out afterwards. So there's another purple shaman guy at the end here, but we want to go to the right, so you can kind of ignore him and just go straight to the right here. And drop down if you want to be clear. I wanted to show you where we're kind of going, so I'm kind of hiding out the way here. So yeah, don't drop straight down. Well, you can drop straight down, should I say. Just be careful of that hole there. At the bottom of this hole is a gem down here. It's actually quite a good one against kin. Kin are kind of... yeah, see the kin hunters gem. Kin are kind of the... anything like brain suckers or anything like that kind of have this ethereal thing about them. They're the sort of kin. Unfortunately, Kos is not kin. He's actually a great one. So I believe that's the way it goes. It doesn't work for him anyway, but it greatly increases your damage against kin. So it can be worth having on you. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually going to put Yusefka's Blood Vial and Blood of Ariana on in my quick select here. Not 100% necessary. Don't worry if you don't have any. The thing with Orphan of Kos is you may find yourself healing a lot. You can burn through blood vials very quickly if you sort of get pinned down. So these are just 2 extra. I'm counting them as blood vial 25 and 26 basically, just in case anything goes wrong and I really do need them. That's it, just extra health. So there we go. We're back at in the lighthouse now. And now we're ready to take on the orphan. So what I'll do is I'll do a backup save just before the entrance of the boss. Even though it is a really quick run back to the boss, it's literally down here if you do die. But it will save you on farming blood vials if you die. So do a backup save here if you feel like it. I'll just quickly do one because it makes things easier. And there we go. We're off. This is it. The Orphan of Kos. So... nice, it's a pretty good cutscene actually. So watch that. I'm not going to do it obviously. So it has 2 phases. The first phase is completely manageable. So what you want him to do, you want to be sort of mid-range and you want him to do this attack, and you can just walk towards him, hit him twice, back away. Keep your distance. There he goes, he's over the top. If you are single-handing the weapon for any reason, you can charge R2 and you can stagger him and open him up for a visceral. It's kind of hit and miss whether you'll do it, so I just like to go in, get a couple of hits and back away, and just try and read what he does. You can dodge through his attacks fairly easy at this point, So you just want to kind of bait that one attack and get him to jump, and you can just walk through it, no need to dodge. The impact, the hitbox is not until he kind of hits the floor, so you're fine. And yeah, the reason you want to kind of keep your distance is in case he starts flailing his thing around like that. And yeah, just keep trying to bait that attack. Yeah, caught me off guard. There we go. So yeah, if he does if he does kind of go for it, then just back away. Yeah, when he slams into the ground like that, there's going to be an explosion, and sometimes he'll do it, but he'll rip it out and throw it towards you. So do watch out for that. And yeah, just be 100%. Just be patient in this, especially in this first phase. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. You're really not. This move has really good tracking, and it has a delay. It looks like he's going to hit you straight away, but just hold out that extra second and then dodge through it. And you do have quite a good opening on that one. Here's the one he throws towards you. He does kind of catch me out with that. Yeah, so don't be afraid to hit him as well. If you see an opening, stick around. Try and get your health back. Like here, I could have backed away and healed, but instead I went in and got my health back by hitting him. That's going to come in extra handy with the second phase especially, because he's a lot more vicious, and he doesn't do the jumping as much. He does still do it, but it's a bit more dangerous. So yeah, it's just patience. Patience at this point. Just try and bait that flying attack. Or a big attack like that, you know you can go through, which I didn't there at all. But yeah, and try and get my health back through him. There we go. That's the attack we want to see. And then he'll eventually, when you get him sort of half health like this, he'll back away, slam into the ground. Now he's in the second phase. You can go in for a nice charge R2 while he's doing it. And now he's going to be vicious, like you can see. The thing you saw at the last slam there, when you get sort of stuck in his flurry of attacks, you want to try and dodge through the last one. That there, it can help you if you're out at sea for this last part, because it gives you more time to dodge the electric, because it does come from land and it sort of bursts outwards. So if you're further away, you have more time to read it and dodge. So there, he does still do the slam, but he is quicker away from it. What you're going to see me try and do now is, he has his flurries, but they have actually quite bad tracking sometimes. If you can get behind him to the edge here, that was not a good example at all. But you're going to see, I do actually manage to finish him off fairly quickly, because the tracking on this slam, if you manage to get to the side of it, or get through it, his tracking is actually quite bad. And you can just stick to him, and he'll sort of go in a circle around you. And you're able to attack him, which is how I'm going to finish him off in a minute. Here's the C call again. I'm a bit close to it again, so I do get hit, but it's fine. So yeah, here's the slam. Every time. I can usually dodge straight through it, and it's not a problem. But now I'm going to finish him off at this point. So his tracking is quite bad. You're going to see it in a minute. He's going to slam straight past me. He's all over the place, and that is the perfect time to finish him off. So yeah, just keep your head and you'll be fine. If you can get through the first half without using any blood vials, really, you're going to do really well in the second part, because that's where you need them. See there, I've got Kos Parasite, so that's Old Hunter's Essence, the weapon trophy, and then obviously the Orphan of Kos trophy. So it's actually done, but you need to hit this, and then that's, we'll say, Nightmare Slain. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of Bloodborne. That's the end of the DLC. That's all done. There is a lantern there. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to let the cutscene play out. So, congratulations. Thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.
Ah, sweet child of Kos, returned to the ocean. A bottomless curse. A bottomless sea. Accepting of all that there is and can be.